The woe is now the test of understanding. Before we dive into today's study, imagine standing at a threshold where every cherished belief is tested, where the line between understanding and deception is razor thin. What if the truth you've held dear is only the peeling surface of a deeper, profound revelation? What if the key to your salvation lies in shedding hidden idols and being not just purified, but made white and tried through fiery trials? In this session, we'll explore a powerful message beckoning you to awaken and prepare for the final harvest, the time Daniel longed to see clearly. Will you be among the wise who understand? I'm Vinette, and I want to welcome you to Mustard Seed Reflections, where we will continue to reflect upon the work and prophetic publication of the Mustard Seed Advent. Today, we're diving into the powerful insights from Derek West, the Mustard Seed, in his audio study titled Blast of Woeful Symbolism, April 6, 2019, from his 7 Trumpet Series. This message reveals the understanding God's people must attain to survive the final crisis. If you're thirsty for the full original audio, you can visit his ministry website, The Mustard Seed Advent, at www.mustardseedadvent.com for your perusal and learning. The mustard seed reminds us that we are approaching the parting of the ways, where we must decide if we will be among those who are purified and made white and tried and understand, or those who shall do wickedly and not understand. The requisites for salvation, purification to understanding. The foundation of this study rests on the prophetic process Daniel describes for the saints: purification, whiteness, trial, and understanding. Purification begins with the word. The mustard seed teaches that we are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. He quoted V.T. Houteff, who profoundly warned that we are approaching the parting of the ways, where we must decide whether we will be among the many of whom Daniel spoke that shall be purified and made white and tried and understand, or among those who shall do wickedly and not understand, from the Symbolic Code 12.6.7, page 18. Derek explains this purification, as emphasized by both V.T. Houteff and Daniel, must move beyond mere cleanliness, like John 15:3's "Now ye are clean" through the word, to being made white and tried, a metaphor exceeding skin tone, symbolizing spiritual maturity and readiness for divine understanding. The commonly held eschatological view of the harvest as a future event is challenged here. Whiteness is a proverbial expression of spiritual maturity, not complexion. Christ, speaking through the prophet Jesus, said, "Lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest." John 4:35. The fields are considered white when the heads of grain are bowed over in meekness, ready for the reaper. Could the harvest be now? What does it mean for us that the fields are white already? How ready are we to gather the fruits of God's kingdom? Derek elaborates this further through the wheat symbolism. Immature wheat is tawny brown, but mature wheat bends under the weight of its grain, causing a white appearance from a distance. This mature, bowed wheat symbolizes the saints, the Enochians, those translated expats dwelling in the red cloud of Jupiter and made ready, who are to labor in the final gospel dispensation. The mustard seed stresses that until we are purified, made white, and tried, the visions of Daniel and Revelation remain sealed, Daniel 12:8-10. We must first find out what our idols are and put them away. What aspects of your character will need to be humbled, bowed down in meekness, for you to achieve the spiritual maturity, white already, required for the harvest? To be ready for the final work, what areas of your spiritual life must you surrender to God's will? Share your thoughts in the comments. Turning to Revelation 8:13 and subsequent chapters, Derek reveals a looming woe pronounced against all inhabitants of the earth, not just select groups or churches. This sets a solemn tone for the sober trials ahead, echoing E.G. White's analogy of needing a pilot to steer through straits. And that pilot is none other than the mustard seed ministry itself, guiding God's people safely through the perils at the end of time. Who are the locusts and horses of Revelation 9? Derek explains the locusts represent terrestrial saints, while the horses symbolize the Enochians, rulers with geographical dominion, each crowned and prepared for battle. Revelation 9:4 also references those sealed with God's mark, the 144,000, who are protected amid trials. Derek's studies identify the 144,000 as sons of America's former slaves. He ties them to the mission of the reapers, distinct from the sowers. Christ is the sower, Matthew 13, while the reapers are the mustard seed and 144,000. Sons of America's former slaves, commissioned to reap the harvest at its fullness. Derek further relates the Enochians to the sting of the locust's tail, to the power given to hurt only those without God's seal, a divine judgment that is both severe and merciful, limited in duration and scope, 5 months of torment. This paints a vivid image of the judgment aimed at the rebellious Adventist church, represented by the fig tree in Matthew 21, as a warning for us. What does it mean to be sealed? How should this influence our choices today? Addressing Revelation 9:6 and the symbolic seeking of death by men who cannot die, Derek connects this to the need for courage and steadfastness. To be a man in the biblical sense is to stand firm against prevailing falsehood and fear, much like David charged Solomon, 1 Kings 2:1-3. Are we willing to stand as men in our generation, fearless against spiritual adversaries? The imagery intensifies with horses' heads like lions, out of whose mouths come fire, smoke, and brimstone, Revelation 9:17-18, symbolizing the fiery gospel proclamation through empowered leaders and angelic hosts, coming forth to destroy the wicked but save those who embrace salvation. The horsemen represent 200 million angels aiding the earthly saints, while the horses, the Enochians, herald the growing reach and vigour of God's final mission. Finally, Derek reminds us that this great cosmic drama culminates in Christ's return on a white horse, faithful and true, with multiple crowns he will be distributing to appointed rulers of each of the nations of the world. Revelation 19:11-16. Are you prepared to receive the seal, Revelation 7:3, and join the horses and the 144,000 in this final, glorious phase of the mustard seed's gospel call? Let us know in the comments below. The study highlights the need for a pilot to safely navigate the treacherous straight places of the end time. This pilot is the one who delivers the greater witness than that of John 5:36, and is none other than the King, the Son of Man, raised up to fulfill the promise to King David. We invite you to join the conversation and continue your study on these powerful truths. If this reflection has resonated with you and convicted your heart or opened your mind to new prophetic truths, please like, comment, and share this video with others who are searching for deeper truth, and subscribe to Mustard Seed Reflections for more deep studies into the teachings of the mustard seed. This video offers only a glimpse into Derek West's deep and challenging teachings. This study highlights the necessity of readiness, spiritual maturity, and resolute faithfulness in these last days, aligning with Derek West's consistent emphasis that we must rise above superficial knowledge to fully grasp and live the truth. For the full audio study, Blast of Woeful Symbolism, April 6, 2019, as well as other enlightening messages, visit www.mustardseedadvent.com. Thank you for joining us on Mustard Seed Reflections. Until next time, may you be strengthened in your waiting. Look out for the next reflection video. We would love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below. I would like to thank you and wish you the most blessed day in Christ's name.